What is up, you guys? It's of course me, your boy, Mr. TC Cats. Welcome back to today's video, where we're going to be talking about Twilight. I decided I'm going to do a video for each Twilight, so Ashley is showing me these movies for the first time ever. And I decided it'd be more fun to do it movie by movie, as opposed to what I normally would do, which is just wait till I'm done and then put my thoughts in 1 8-minute video. But usually what happens, it becomes an 8-minute video because I forget. Because, we did that with Friday the 13th. We did that with Star Wars. Well, Star Wars, it's more just me ranting about stuff I don't like in Star Wars because I like Star Wars so much and I've watched it so much. That video was basically me just hating on Last Jedi. But, and then Indiana Jones, same thing. Because Indiana Jones, we watched it over like 5-6 days. Or yeah, it was like a week. It took us a week. Same for the Nightmare on Elm Streets. That's right, we never finished Friday the 13th. We only got through 4, and we gave up. How could we do that? I don't like Friday the 13th, I don't think. I like the 2009 one that everybody hates, and I like the 3D one because it's fun. That's about it. Anyway, this is Twilight, the first one. So Ashley, why don't you give your piece first, because you're like a huge simp. Ashley's been trying to get me to watch Twilight for like years, literally at this point. It's been years.
Okay, so I love the Twilight movies. The first one's definitely the worst. So much
Which by the way, she told me that after we already started it.
So much cringy dialogue. It hurts my soul, but it's also the most nostalgic. Me and Katie used to watch them multiple times a day, every day, until we knew all the words.
That's me with the prequels of Star Wars, but those are better because I like Star Wars. I will say, so for starters, I've always heard the dialogue is horrible and that they're doing bad jobs, which I feel like people have shifted more now, where they acknowledge actors on an acting pad. It's how they're directed to act. I wrote down something that really stuck out to me when they were driving, and there was the flashing lights real early on in the movie, and they stop, and like one of Bella's dad's friends that he does stuff with because he's like a cop, was killed, and it stuck out so hard to me. She said, "What is going on?" And I immediately, the way she said it, I'm like, ain't no way a teenager would talk like that. Ain't no way in hell. She literally, you'd say, what's going on? But she said it just like, oh my God, what is going on? It's like, nobody would say that like that. But yeah, the dialogue was really stiff and really cringe. But it wasn't bad. And that's the thing, is it wasn't bad dialogue. It was just really, really horrifically delivered. It's like I was watching Attack of the Clones. That's what I felt like half the time when it was like Bella and Edward talking. I'm like, it's literally like Padme and Anakin on Naboo in episode 2. Like, it is the most stiff, horrible written dialogue ever. That's what I felt like. I literally was like, it's literally Attack of the Clones, but sparkly. Also, I will bring up, they should have changed some stuff from the books because some stuff does not translate super well. Like, I know it's a thing when he stops the truck. That's like a whole thing from hitting her. But like, they could have done it better because then it goes from him being fast to him teleporting. Like, what is this, like a fan fiction of like Halloween? Is he sexy Michael Myers? That's what it felt like. It felt like he just teleported. Where now in the books it might work good. I don't know. I never read the books, but on screen they should have had the conversation. They had the lockers outside, and he should have walked. It should have been him walking away and then going back quickly. And also, how did nobody else see it too? What is he, the fucking Flash, and we can't comprehend it?
Yes. Yeah, I think that actually is pretty much how it is.
Also, I think my favorite moment of the entire movie is he like shows her he's sparkling, and that's another thing. They should have done something different, because that does not translate on the screen like I think they thought it would. It's fucking lame and it sucks. And honestly, I mean, the dialogue being shitty and the vampires fucking sparkling, I think destroyed this movie when it came out, because there was like a whole bunch of girl, like I grew up thinking, I'm like, it's a girls movie, and that's true. Girls like books, okay? Boys play video games. That's just straight facts. It's different now, but back in my day, okay? But I think that was such a bad decision. And you know, they could have still kept it sparkly, but they could have done something different to make it look less stupid. Because it's the funniest shit to me that he shows he's all sparkly, and then he's like, "This is the skin of a killer." Like, that was so fucking funny to me. Um, but yeah. Anyway, that's my initial thoughts on stuff. What would you rank this movie out of 10, Ashley?
Mm, 6.
Well, only 6.
Yeah.
You really don't like this one, do you?
I think I watched it too much. It's like the first 2 Harry Potters.
I'm gonna say, you know, and for context, so yeah, I'm a big Star Wars guy. I'd say you might know that if you look at my channel, but honestly, I don't really, I haven't made a whole shitload of Star Wars content on my channel. I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I love the prequels. I think the prequels are peak cinema. Okay. I mean, like Revenge of the Sith isn't my favorite movie of all time anymore because I'm an old man now. Okay, that's The Lighthouse probably, but I love the prequels. That's definitely playing a factor. I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna give this a 9.
Oh my god.
I fucking loved this movie. I thought it was so good. But I can acknowledge that it had really bad dialogue, and that was not their fault. You know, I'm almost certain they both have had acting roles before this. I don't think this was their first roles for either of
No.
them.
Because she had been acting for like 2 years before this.
And he was in Harry Potter, I think, before this. Because I think we looked it up before, and I was like, oh wow. Um, so it's the director. The director is the director the person who made the books, or is she
No.
like? Because this director fucking sucks. I hope, is it the same director for all of them, or are they replaced?
I actually have no idea. I'd have to look.
The dialogue is bad, and I wouldn't probably give this. I mean, I would give this a 9, but it would be like in its own category. Just for the record, if I'm comparing this to movies like The Lighthouse or Long Legs or Lisa Frankenstein, it'd be different. This would be more in the category of something like Austin Powers or what's the, or Wayne's World, you know, stuff like that. If I was putting this against serious movies, I'd probably give it like a 3. Um, that's me being real right there. That it would probably be a 3, but as for what it is, a cheesy, campy, random vampire teen movie, it's pretty good. Um, this to me feels like it would be perfect with like, yeah, the early couple Harry Potters, but that's also its own thing too. I think distinctly Harry Potter 1 and 2 is completely different from the rest of them. The rest of them, pretty fucking good stuff. I would put the rest of the Harry Potters up there with like Game of Thrones or Star Wars or something like that, as like it's a serious connected tissue story. Harry Potter 1 and 2, it's like its own little thing. That's what I feel about this. This is a fun movie. I cannot say I'm going to feel the same going forward. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to give what I think would be like a professional rating of this, and then a fun, goofy rating for it, for each movie. So on a serious critical thing, I'd give this a 3. And I think that's being a little generous if I'm being honest. But for a campy vampire teen movie, it's a 9. So I'm curious to see what both of those ratings, are they gonna get more serious and like good, like better dialogue, better visuals, all that? Or are they gonna get worse, but are they gonna get better in like the teen drama section? I don't know. We're gonna watch the next one tomorrow. which I bet Ashley. This I will say this 100% set in stone. I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta watch all these. This is pretty fucking good. I really like this. I'm actually shocked at how much I like this movie. I had a feeling I was gonna like it because I watched like 10 minutes or something before on TV, actually at Ashley's mom's house one time. I was like, yeah, it looks pretty good. I'd watch this. It looks like something on the Disney Channel, honestly. Like that's what this felt like. It felt like I in the middle of the night, I'm like half stoned, eating kettle chips, searching the TV, and I come across Disney Channel. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? That's what I felt like was going on. It's like I don't fully know what's going on, but there's a whole bunch of cringy dialogue and teenage drama, and you know what? I'm here for it. I do have questions though, like why is this guy who's like 100 years old basically like in high school? I'm just saying, that's a little creepy. Like, yeah, he's eternally 17, but I think he might technically be a pedophile. So, anyway, so that's that. Would I recommend it? No. Don't watch this unless you're a teen girl, okay? I don't know, though, actually. This is pretty good. Maybe I would recommend this one. I definitely. You know what? I'd recommend this one, but I'm going to assume I would say to stay away from the rest. I just know what's to come about that CGI baby. I don't know whose idea that was to not just. Why didn't they just make a toy? Especially, I'm pretty convinced most of the like stuff in this is practical. Like, I think when he's climbing the tree with her on his back, I think that's a practical effect because it looks weird. Like, he's not making contact with the tree. I think he was on a harness and rope system, and I think that's a prop tree. I'm just saying. I don't think there was a lot of CG in this, and maybe there is. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's my first time ever watching it. Comment down below. Was there CG? But anyway, what do you think of Twilight? Is it sexy? Do you want to get ravaged by a glittery man? I mean, honestly, if it was Robert Pattinson, probably. Um, I want him to talk like Batman though. All right, that's it. Bye, friends.